General Motors, GM, is recalling 3.2 million more cars in the U.S. because of ignition switch problems, and will change or replace keys on the cars, which date from 2000 to 2014. Switches can move out of the run position if cars are jarred, and disable power steering. Last week GM recalled more than 500,000 Chevrolet Camaro cars after finding a fault with its ignition system. In March, it recalled 2.6 million cars because of a faulty ignition switch. Braking issues. GM says it is aware of 8 crashes and 6 injuries related to the latest recall. A company statement said, if the ignition switch moves out of the run position, there is an effect on power steering and power braking. In addition, the timing of the key movement out of the run position, relative to the activation of the sensing algorithm of the crash event, may result in the airbags not deploying. The company has now also raised its expected second quarter charge for recall expenses to $700 million, up from $400 million. In May, the company was fined $35 million, £21 million, for failing to address defects which have been linked to 13 deaths. GM has already recalled more than 13 million cars in the U.S. this year, more than the car maker sold in 2013. Previous recalls have involved possible faulty seat belts, transmissions and airbags, as well as potential fire issues. The announcement was made after the close of the New York Stock Exchange, where its shares had ended the day up by 1.21% at $30.06. We will no longer allow Pakistan to be a sanctuary for terrorism at any cost, he said. The world knows that on the one hand we were engaged in dialogue with these people and on the other hand our children, women and youth were being bathed in blood. It is a matter of sorrow and pain that after 4.5 months of talks, we could not make a breakthrough for peace, he added. The government had begun peace talks with the Pakistani Taliban earlier this year, but there was little progress. State of war. At least 28 people, and the 10 gunmen, were killed in the attack on Karachi airport on 8 June. The Pakistan military has since conducted a series of raids against militant hideouts. Tens of thousands of civilians had fled North Waziristan in anticipation of the latest offensive, officials said. Tanks and foot soldiers have been deployed in addition to fighter jets. On Monday, the army said 6 soldiers had been killed by a roadside bomb. Another 2 died in a shootout with militants, AP news agency reported. Also on Monday, a TTP spokesman said in a statement they were in a state of war, and warned foreign businesses to sever their ties with the government or face consequences. On Sunday, the government proclaimed that Abu Abdulrahman al-Mani, an Uzbek believed to have helped organize the Karachi airport assault, was among those killed in the offensive in the mountainous area bordering Afghanistan. There is no independent media access to the area and no way of confirming the government's casualty figures.